Most of the time, we make videos that are peaceful and beautiful and made to celebrate the wild beauty of this British Columbian coastline. Unfortunately, this is not one of those videos.
I actually cannot believe we're doing as well as we are. The speed of these currents over there, that is crazy. Holy shit. I love you, Dean. I trust you.
Tofino, here it is. Feast your eyes.
We left Vancouver in May of 2025, and we sailed north up the Inside Passage, journeying deep into the mountains, navigating tidal passes, and finding new anchorages every night. We got as far as the Central Coast before turning around and traveling back south via the west coast of Vancouver Island. During this journey, I've felt a remarkable sense of calm. Yes, we faced challenges, we had to learn new things, but I don't think I ever felt in immediate danger. That was about to change.
Now we just left Hot Springs Cove, and there's often the option of either going on the outside, but that would have meant headwinds and fog. So instead we took the inlet, which is going around Flores Island, and it means sunshine and wind. So here we go, towards Tofino slowly.
Tofino is a tourist hotspot. It's one of the very few places you can access on the west coast of Vancouver Island via paved road, and as a result, it is filled with resorts and restaurants and small shops for tourists to peruse. And after over 2 months without a visit to a full-sized grocery store, I was really looking forward to Tofino. Now, to be fair, there were a few comments in Navionics from other sailors saying that Tofino is not a great spot for a sailboat to visit. But we figured, how bad can it be? There is another reason why we're visiting Tofino, and it's because, unfortunately, I had some bureaucratic business to attend to in Vancouver. It could only be dealt with in person, so I had to book a flight from Tofino's small airport. That meant we were sailing on a schedule, which is always when things tend to go wrong.
It looks like we're in a lake or something. The tide is just so high, it's skimming right along the bottom of the trees. It's kind of a neat thing to see because we've got such big tide fluctuations here that you don't always see the water quite that high. But it was the full moon a few days ago, so we've got extreme tides at the moment. What's the trip report so far, Dean? Seen anything
Really
good?
beautiful out here.
Yeah.
Is it the sunshine that makes it beautiful? I don't know. We're going through Hayden Passage. I timed it perfectly well. There is no current, so all is well. Oh, that's a funny sight. We have a fish farm here coming up, and there's a couple of buoys on the perimeter, and there is a sea lion on each one of them, and they're like sitting up and looking inside the fish farm, kind of like an aquarium. They're ready to perform any tricks for what they see in there.
Yeah, interesting to see a fish farm on the coast. There seems to be a concentration of them here. We just passed one just over there, and I noticed on Navionics that there seem to be quite a lot. They're really controversial. They're farming salmon, but as you can see, it's like it's a farm, but it's just in the ocean. Like the fish are all in pens that, you know, breathe with the rest of the ocean outside of them. So the fish farms are known to spread a lot of disease to the wild salmon populations. So they're massively controversial on the coast because obviously wild salmon are really important. So yeah, anyway, it's always a bit of like a weird feeling when we pass one because I know that they're really highly contested and a lot of people are pretty angry that they're here. There they are, the infamous fish farms.
We've also been testing a new chart plotter recently because as much as we like the comments and user info on Navionics, we've found the app itself to be getting really glitchy lately.
Okay, here I have an example of Navionics glitching. This is our accurate position right next to the red buoy, which is that one over there. And we have current with us. We're currently going 7.2. This is speed through the water 6.5, and instead Navionics is stuck at 4.5 and up here, which instead we are over here. Yeah, you can see on the chart.
This new tablet is from Orca. They sent it to us before we set out, but to be honest, we were slow in setting it up because we were focused on a lot of other things. But now with Navionics glitches, we were really glad to have the backup. It communicates with an actual dedicated GPS device called the Orca Core. Pretty soon, the fog literally rolled over the islands towards us, and we were very grateful to have a chart plotter we could trust.
The final approach to Tofino is actually turning out to become a real challenge, as you may be able to see from not seeing around me. Yeah, it's actually really shallow. There's lots of sandbars, sandbanks. We got 10 meters of depth right now and we're nowhere near yet. We still have to weave around a couple of islands. And as you can see, the fog has become really dense. So yeah, a little bit of a bummer not being able to see the surroundings. What makes me pay a special attention is, of course, this being such a busy place, is all the traffic. So far, 4 speedboats have sped past. One had a really good spotlight that I saw from the distance. Some others don't even have their nav lights on. I'm just paying very close attention, and I also grabbed a flashlight thinking, since I saw that light, I was like, well, maybe I can make myself be seen better. Nav lights are on ours, and I did grab the horn as well. If I see a boat that isn't behaving, then I'll blast it a little bit. Tofino is not a sailor destination, I can tell you that before arriving there. Not just due to the fog, but all of our research also shows that it is really shallow, and so is the harbor. There's barely any spots for sailboats. And getting there is hard. Now with the fog, there is lots of fog, lots of current, lots of traffic, lots of moving sandbanks. Tofino, here it is. Feast your eyes. Oh, there is no room for distraction here. Depth 4.7.
The currents began to pick up as we neared the town. Little did we know that it hadn't even gotten bad yet.
Man, the current is just ripping through here. It is crazy that they decided to build a harbor here. This is actually a little scary.
Now, to be fair, some friends had warned us that there are currents in Tofino. But we had been dealing with currents all up and down this coast this entire year, and we really didn't think it could be worse than what we'd already seen. Tofino is a major port on the west coast. There are harbors and boats, and we thought, if there's harbors and boats, how bad can it really be? Oh, how wrong we were.
Do you feel like you're relatively in control, or is the current...
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
I am. Otherwise, I would have changed plan. We still have a lot of backup RPMs.
Yeah, I'm so glad we have such a good engine.
Yeah, we could anchor here, but shall we go check out the other spot that was recommended to us?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, because I think the current's gonna rip there as well.
I actually cannot believe we're doing as well as we are. The speed of these currents over there, that is crazy. Holy shit.
Well, yeah, it's 3 to 4 knots.
We should not have been here. This was a mistake. We should not have attempted this at anything other than slack tide. But we didn't know, and we were thoroughly unprepared for just how intense these currents are.
Okay, things are getting tense. It just got a little worse. We're turning
It's
around.
a tight spot here. No, I don't think so.
Okay, yeah, we're a little tense. We did not realize it would be this bad. We knew there was
No.
current. I love you, Dean. I trust
Me
you.
too.
See, I need to go inside. I'm super stressed out. Me being out there isn't going to help anything. Aladino's got this. We just gotta... I don't like this.
I'll slowly regain my speech. Oh, it's stressful. Beautiful. So yeah, there's a really narrow spot there amongst rocks where it really funnels, and that is to come to this beautiful place that is littered with crab pots. But we are here now, and we know now that this might be the last time. We're dug in pretty good now. What a good engine.
Well,
Yeah, I underestimated it here. Yeah.
well, that's the thing, because I mean, we should have hit it for slack tide, but neither of us really even thought that we had to, and that was oversight on our part, because in my mind at least, I was like, this is the most populated town on the coast. It's covered with marinas. The whole coast is just docks. I really didn't think that there would be such
Yeah,
an
right.
issue.
To make such a challenging place, such a hub. Yeah, it's interesting. It must be because of all the sandbank. It means there's a lot less volume for the actual water, and that's why the currents ripple up more here than in other places. But we made it.
I mean, we made
just
it.
was unpleasant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fog doesn't help things. It makes everything a bit
No,
eerier.
it's the whole mix. Yeah,
Yeah.
fog, traffic, sandbanks, and current. Crab pots. The docks not being like boat friendly, draft wise and price wise. So the whole 9 yards could be
Yeah.
skipped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the reason why we are here, I have alluded to the fact for a long time that I am applying for Italian citizenship, which I am eligible for through marriage, and it's been a really long and difficult process. I had to learn Italian and pass a test, so I've done that. That was sort of what I thought would be the biggest hurdle. But honestly, that was the easy part. The biggest hurdle was gathering all of the documents. At first glance, the list of documents seemed pretty easy. It was like your birth certificate, a criminal record. It's like, okay, pretty standard stuff.
Oh, but Italy, they still apply medieval pomp. They need to have wax seals with
Literally.
this kind of wax, and it needs to be.
It was insane. I was in disbelief. So, like, I had to get a birth certificate, but not just that, I had to get it stamped by like 4 different government offices in person. By the end of it, I had this one birth certificate, one piece of paper, and it had 3 additional pieces of paper fixed to it, stamped, signed, cross-referenced by like all these different...
And you know those offices operate from 11:15 to 11:45, Monday, Tuesday, not Wednesday, Thursdays, and that's it.
Exactly. So it's been such a process, but I'm getting to my point, I promise. I finally did it, and I submitted the application, and a few days after I submitted it, I got a phone call from the consulate in Vancouver, and the woman actually congratulated me for the most complete application that she had seen in 10 years of working at the consulate, because I don't think it's very common that people actually get this application correct the first try, because it is insane. She accepted my application, but I have to go to an in-person meeting at the consulate within 30 days. That means that we kind of had to make it happen during this West Coast trip. Tofino has an airport, so I'm heading to Vancouver for 2 days to go and sort that out.
Yeah. Happy to keep the boat safe until you're back.
I know, well, and I'm sorry that that seems to be a lot more of an issue than I thought it would be now, keeping the boat safe.
Yeah, I'll check out maps and itineraries and the wind. Maybe I just sail to Ucluelet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, I'm gonna go sit by the heater now.
Yeah. What a day. I'm glad we're here safe.
So next week is going to be a little bit of a different episode because it is filmed by Aladino by himself as he sails the boat from Tofino to Ucluelet on his own. So I'm excited to edit that episode together. It'll be a bit of a different one in this series of Northern Voyage episodes, but Aladino did an amazing job filming, and obviously he did an amazing job sailing because he is extremely good at that. Okay, a big thank you for being here. Really big thanks to the folks whose names are now appearing on screen for always going above and beyond to make sure that Magic Carpet keeps being produced. A really big thank you to all of our patrons, without whom these episodes wouldn't be possible. We are so grateful to everyone over on Patreon. You can join Patreon for as little as $2 a month. It's very flexible how you decide to sign up. And in exchange, we post real-time updates on Patreon, which are never published anywhere else. So if you're curious what's going on with Magic Carpet in real time, Patreon's the place to do that. All right, everyone. Big thank you. We'll see you next week for an Aladino solo episode. Bye for now. There's a siren.
Wow, yeah, civilization.
How long has it been since we've heard a siren?
A while?
Yeah, a really long time.
Or maybe last night watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Wow. Just puts the icing on the cake. We don't really need to be here.